Living on fruit for 20 years. What do I eat in a raw food diet? Come learn some tips for you to improve your diet even though you don't want to be a raw fooder or you're curious about a raw food diet, a frugivore diet, a fruitarian, and how I have been living on fruit for 20 years. Stay there until the end so you learn more. Pleasure to have you here in my channel. I'm Dr. Eduardo Corassa, clinical nutritionist from Brazil that have saved his own life through a natural hygiene lifestyle. That means a raw frugivore diet, a diet based on fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, but also a lot of other health practices as sunshine, exercise, living with nature, coexisting with fruit trees and with animals, with going to the beach more, having a healthier life, dropping out alcohol, smoking, drinking, and a lot of other bad stuff that I used to do. Nowadays, I just focus on increasing my longevity and having a better health span and lifespan. So, want to know more a little bit of what I eat and how I reverse my own diabetes? This is what I would eat for lunch. But before that, let me show you my fridge. I'm really happy to announce that 3 of my 10 books are now published in English, available on Kindle and print on demand on Amazon. My main book, The Eden's Diet, The Guide to Raw Frugivorism, the original diet. This is the most updated and comprehensive science book about diet. What we have in terms of raw foods, every detail that you need to understand to thrive in a raw food diet, to have more longevity and better health. In my humble opinion, what everybody in the world should understand. The Hygienic Fasting Nature Surgery, my most sold book in Portuguese. I'm pretty sure this is the best book on fasting in the world, the most updated in terms of science and in terms of natural hygiene practice. All the books have numerical bibliographical references, so it's not what I'm saying, but actually I can prove it. I quote by numerical references the scientific articles, the name of the scientist, the name of the journal, the scientific journal, the page, the year, and Natural Delicacies, Cooking Without a Stove, one of my recipe books with a lot of delicious raw vegan recipes like pancakes, cheese, dulce de leche, crepe, cakes, and a lot of delicious recipes without sugar, without oil, without salt, without anything that would damage your health. You want to learn more, get better in a raw vegan diet, get better in a natural hygiene lifestyle, be more productive, longevous, and healthy, you must read them. For sure, I have 3 fridges here at home, but I'm only using 2. And this is the only one more neat, more organized. So yes, for sure. You can see that I love persimmons. I am having a lot of persimmons because it's persimmon season. It's a short season. Persimmons is one of my favorite fruits in the world. A guy in the farmer's market also gave me a papaya box just for free because he was going to lose them all because they were quite ripe. I'm going to show you how they are. For me, they're perfectly ripe. That's one of the reasons, that's one of the best things of becoming a frugivore, because usually the fruit that people throw away is the fruit that you want the most because it's more sweet, it's more easy to digest. For sure, it has more nutrients. A quick view of my fridge. For sure, there's not only persimmons, but there are oranges, avocados, vegetables. There's a lot of other stuff, but yes, I go heavy on persimmons. So this is it. A frugivore diet is a diet primarily based on fruit and vegetables. We don't eat only fruit because a lot of people think that way. But for sure, my lunch consists of fruits and maybe nuts. I have a few videos done on what I eat in a day. So in each video, I will teach a few different stuff. So for example, these are finger bananas here. Probably you guys call them in America finger bananas, but here it's banana ouro, golden banana. It's the sweetest banana we have, and for sure, the skin may look too ripe, but when you take a look in the fruit, it's not even that ripe, you know? You can take a look at this papaya that the guy gave me in the farmer's market, and you take out you scoop out the meat. It's so tender and juicy and sweet. So just by looking at the fruit, you understand how ripe this is and why you don't like fruit. Because you're probably eating the fruit underripe. And if you're trying a fruitarian diet, one of the main mistakes people make is under-eating on fruit because they don't know how to choose the fruit. So they choose really unripe and not tasty fruits, and then they eat that crappy stuff, and it's not satiating to their minds, to their palates, to their bodies, because it's not even a fruit yet. It was picked too unripe, the soil wasn't good, so paying attention to the quality of the fruit is quite important. So I usually start my day with 2 coconut waters, and then around noon, I'm going to eat my lunch. Sometimes even before, when I play tennis, I get hungrier before. But my lunch usually consists of a lot of fruits. I don't pay attention anymore a lot to food combining nowadays because of a lot of reasons. You can watch the video on food combining here on the channel to understand a little bit more about it. Here, for example, I have 2 different fruits that most people haven't seen yet. This is sweet lime. It tastes like a tangerine, but it's more even sweet than the tangerine, and it's a lime. And this is sweet madruno, from the same family as sairu and mangosteen. I will show the fruits afterwards. And I already put here some sprout chickpea. I'm sprouting it to eat for dinner, okay? This is how I sprout my grains and legumes. I use this lid so I can take the water out easily after 8 hours so it doesn't ferment. So what do I do at lunch? I eat as much as I care for of really ripe fruits, around 2 to 3 kilos because I exercise a lot every day, at least 1.5 hours, right? Afterwards, I may eat some nuts and seeds. I prefer unhulled nuts and seeds, like this Brazil nut that you have to break the shell, because this is not oxidized, right? It has more nutrients, the taste is better, but I also use hulled nuts and seeds. The nuts, I usually prefer Brazil nuts, almonds, cashews, macadamias, even peanuts I use it, pecans and walnuts. And for the seeds, I usually prefer sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, and chia is the last that I use. Once in a year, maybe. And flax seeds, yes, for sure, once in a month or even less than that. I complement the fruits in the lunch with a little bit of nuts and seeds, like 30 grams to 60 grams, right? And then maybe I can eat a date or 2 as a dessert. Although the fruits are the dessert, I may even add a date on the end. Sometimes, not every time, but I always make sure to rehydrate the dates, because these dates, even the moisty ones, the mature dates, they are not as fresh. So they can be hard to the teeth. So I prefer to make them moisture, putting them on a little bit of water before. Let's throw the dates in here, and I will put on water for a couple of hours or 3 hours. I use a reverse osmosis filter. It's considered the best kind of filter in the world because it can take out POPs, persistent organic pollutants, right? The petrochemicals, the heavy metals out of the water. So for sure, we thrive on a low-fat, high-carb diet. So we need carbs. Carbs are actually the photosynthesis the plant do. So these are the healthiest things to focus on, the fruits and vegetables. But we do need some fat. So I eat like 1 handful or 2 handfuls, that is 1 ounce to 2 ounces of fats, but I eat algae, I eat legumes, I maybe even eat some grains when I want to bulk up, but sprouted grains instead of cooked grains, right? There's a lot of information that I already put here on the channel about the harmful toxins that are produced by cooking food. Now taste a couple different fruits with me. This is the sweet lime, right? I just found on the floor, the tree just gave it one to me. This smells so good. It was not 100% ripe. Maybe an animal dropped it, try to pick it and drop it, but no. It is citric, but it's quite sweet for a lemon. And this is madruno. So I'll eat all of this, maybe probably a little bit less, depending on how I get satiated. Stay there to see what I'm going to have for dinner. So I was working in the office, so that's why the social t-shirt. For dinner, I'm going to make cucumber noodles. I'm going to take out the peel of the cucumber because the peel is a little bit bitter, right? So we rather take it off. After peeling the cucumber, you can spiralize your cucumber in several different ways. This is the julienne. I like this one. 2 cucumbers, a couple small tomatoes, a non-bitter pepper, a non-spicy pepper. And then I have some flax crackers that I did the other day for the channel. This is buckwheat, flax, and a lot of vegetables. So I just a few over here. I also have a lime, the avocado. The avo I use to season all the food. Instead of using olive oil, I use natural fats, right? I use whole food fats. And here I have some quinoa with a little bit of mushrooms. Yes, for sure. The quinoa, I heated it up, but it was just for 3 minutes. I didn't cook it actually. It was just exactly for 3 minutes, right? This is fresh peas sprouted with shiitake mushrooms, right? So I will also add, and I will spiralize one more cucumber. I don't have fresh mushrooms over here. It's hard to find because it's a small city and Brazil is not used to fresh mushrooms, but this is going to be my dinner. I always like to get some fresh herbs from the garden to add to my dinner so I can improve my microbiota and nutrient profile, right? Thyme, oregano, mint, and also some fresh kale. I have a lot of other stuff growing over here. Okra, peppers. Right beside the vegetable garden, Pakistanese mulberry. Look at the size of these mulberries. You have 2 more over here. So I will do more julienne out of this cucumber so I can have more pasta for dinner. So I will throw the fresh herbs on top of the plate because I don't use salt, right? And these fresh herbs contain so many different micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, so I can have a better microbiome, better nutrition profile, and better taste because without salt, for sure, these herbs give a nice taste. And kale is kale, right? I always like to have some fresh, tender, dark green leaves on my food. So this is it. Check this out. A lime from the garden just to season everything. This is my dinner. Why? Nowadays, yes, for sure. I heated the quinoa for like 3 minutes because quinoa is quite bitter even though it can be sprouted, right? 3 minutes, I don't think will make the difference in terms of cooked food toxins or loss of nutrients. The peas, they're good as they are, like without needing to heat them, but for sure I couldn't heat them as well. And for sure, like all this is raw, even though I hate the quinoa a little bit, because for sure grains and legumes have higher protein and calories. So for a frugivore diet, for a fruitarian diet, if you want to bulk up a little bit, you have to add. In my humble experience as a raw fooder for almost 20 years, trying a lot of stuff, this gives me a little bit a more ripped look and a little bit more buffed. It's not animal protein, it's not a high salt, high fat, high protein diet that makes me really puffy, but still this gives me a nice boost. If you want my help as a clinical nutritionist, you can send me a message through the WhatsApp link below. There are 6 online courses, 10 books published in Portuguese, and 3 already translated to English, available on Amazon, print on demand, and Kindle. And also retreats, raw food retreats in January, Carnival, and July here in Brazil, in my property, with a beach quite blocks from here, a tennis court, 350 rare fruit trees. This is a Garden of Eden, a paradise in heaven here in Brazil, and it will be a pleasure to have you here as a student. 5 to 10 days of culinary classes, scientific lectures, and a lot of other stuff for you to incorporate natural hygiene, a healthy lifestyle into your daily habits. And also, if you want to help the channel, you don't even need to buy anything. Buying actually will help you, help your family, and help me to reach out for more people. But still, you can just start to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, give it a thumbs up, comment below and share the video with everybody. This will make YouTube understand that you like the video. Health is produced by Healthful Living, much frugal health. Click these videos to know more.